when Jesus finally speaks at the cross, and crowds are around. There's people casting lots for his clothes. I mean, what could his clothes have been worth? It's not even worth putting a dice game together, I wouldn't think, but they're casting lots for his clothes. They're shouting at him. And when he finally speaks, these are the words that comes out. Not defensiveness, not rage. These are the words that come out. They're compassion and empathy. He says, "Forgive them, Father." Compassion. They don't know what they're doing. Empathy. And then from that cross, figuratively, but from that cross, I see him look at me. He says, "You coming?" Because if you are, this is what it looks like. And he describes it in Mark 8:34. You need to deny yourself. Deny what the world is insisting you do. Deny your inclinations towards rage and defensiveness. Deny your inclinations towards anger, towards fear, towards perfectionism. Whatever the world is laying upon you, deny all those inclinations and pick up your own cross. That's the game plan. And when you look at that world that's handed you that, you don't offer back defensiveness and rage, you offer back compassion and empathy. This is going to be a daily fight, a daily battle because of the world we exist in. However, we do not have to be slave to that world. We do not have to be slave to those decisions. We have a freedom to make a choice to instead follow that man. Follow that man into a place of vulnerability, empathy, compassion, not because you have to, but because you're free to. And Jesus says, it's kind of a big deal. There's a lot at stake. Verse 35. Whoever wants to save his life was going to lose it. But whoever loses their life on account of me, because of this, and for the gospel, will save it. And in this context, Jesus is not talking about where we go when we're dead. He said, this is how we live while we're alive. I spent a good chunk of time as a relatively enthusiastic atheist, and there came a point, which I'm making a really long story, very short, but there came a point when I was going to church with my wife, and I started to want to believe. And so I started to try to believe, and I tried and I talked to people. I spent hours with pastors. I went to Sunday school classes, and I asked questions, and my wife rolled her eyes, and like, oh my God, here we go again. And I read everything. And you know what? I could not force myself to believe. I just couldn't do it. And so eventually I had this conversation with myself. I said to myself, I quit. I can't do this. If Jesus wants to do this, he's going to give it to me later. But for right now, here's what I'm going to do. Even though I don't believe, I'm going to follow that man. In my unbelief, I will follow that man because I saw how he was. And I thought, if I can live that life, I will have lived my life. Not the life being dictated to me by my psychology, by my peers, by this, by that. I will have lived the life I want to live if I can follow that man.